Hello everyone, this is Poonam from RK Memorial Senior Secondary School. In the previous video, we have taken a topic of class 8, that is microorganisms, and we have completed till here that the classification of microorganisms, that means they have 5 groups: bacteria, fungi, protozoa, algae and virus. And we have done the first classification in the previous video. Today we will continue with the second classification, that is the fungi. Fungi are unicellular and microscopic organisms. They can be multicellular and large also. Okay, so these fungi can be unicellular or multicellular, microscopic or large. For example, the yeast are the unicellular and microscopic organisms, and mushroom is the multicellular and large microorganism. We can see the mushroom without using microscope. So but yeast are the small organisms, these are microscopic. Fungi are non-green organisms. The non-green organisms means they do not have chlorophyll. That means no chlorophyll is there in the body of the fungi. So because no chlorophyll is there, so they can't make their own food and they depend on others for their food. These are they show saprophytic nutrition also. Saprophytic means the nutrition in which organisms depend upon dead and decaying organic matter. Dead and decaying organic matter. For example, bread mold. It is around green in color, green and blackish in color. आपने देखा होगा कि bread के ऊपर fungus लग जाती है. That fungus is called the bread mold. Second is the mushroom. Mushroom is the edible fungus. It is edible. Edible means we can eat mushroom, we can eat this fungus. Edible are those substances which we can eat. So edible fungi is the mushroom. One more example is penicillium. Penicillium is also a fungus which is used in many medicines. Now the third type of microorganism is the protozoa. Protozoa are unicellular and microscopic. They are unicellular means they are made up of single cell, and they are microscopic means they can be seen with the help of microscope only. Second one is they are heterotrophic. Heterotrophic means they do not bear chlorophyll in them, so they depend on others for their food. They are motile. Meaning of motile is they can move around. Means they can move around by their own. अपने आप से move कर सकते हैं with the help of some structures present in them. For example, in case of paramecium, hair-like cilia are present. These are the three examples of protozoa: paramecium, euglena, amoeba. Paramecium contain hair-like cilia, and these cilia help in the movement. In case of euglena, a whip-like flagella is present. Whip क्या होता है? चाबुक. So in the case of euglena, a long whip-like tail is present like this. Next one is the amoeba. Amoeba, which is a unicellular organism, and it do not contain any perfect shape. It can change its shape, and it has pseudopodia. The word pseudo means false, and podia means feet. That means they do not have their own feet, but they have false feet. Means whenever it is necessary, they generate their feet, and whenever they are not needed, then the feet will be invisible. Next point of this protozoa is they are some of them are parasitic. Parasitic means which depend which live on the body of the host. So there is a host on which or inside the host body they can live, and they get their food from the host. For example, Plasmodium. Plasmodium causes the malaria. Malaria is caused by the Plasmodium, and Plasmodium is a protozoa. Next point is they are found in fresh water, salt water, soil, and within the body of the other organisms. Within or on the body, because they live inside or on the body of the host, so they depend on the host for their food. So this is about the protozoa as well as fungi. Next is the algae. Algae are found in aquatic habitats, in both freshwater and marine habitats. They are autotrophic, that means they contain chlorophyll. They are unicellular or multicellular. In case of unicellular, the example is Chlamydomonas, and in case of multicellular, the example is seaweeds. They are autotrophic, means they can prepare their own food, but they are the microorganism. They can prepare their food, but they depend on other organisms for water and minerals. They lack true roots, stem, leaves, and vascular tissues. They are not because of the presence of chlorophyll. Some of the students, they think that these algae are the plants, but these are not the plants, एंड दे लैक द ट्रू रूट्स. उनमें एग्जैक्टली ट्रू रूट, जैसे प्लांट्स में रूट्स होती हैं वैसे रूट्स नहीं होती, स्टेम और लीव्स भी प्रेजेंट नहीं होती, एज वेल एज वेस्कुलर टिश्यूज आर ऑल्सो नॉट प्रेजेंट. वेस्कुलर टिश्यूज आर ऑफ टू टाइप्स, xylem and phloem. Xylem, which help in the movement of water and minerals, and phloem, which helps in the movement of the food. So because they lack the true root, stem, leaves, as well as vascular tissues, these vascular tissues, so they are not considered as the plants. Only because of the presence of chlorophyll, any organism can't be considered as the plants. Next one is the, for example, nostoc, volvox, polysiphonia. These are the examples of algae. Now the fifth category is the viruses. These days we there was a lockdown because of one of the virus, and that virus is, the name of that virus is the coronavirus. They are very small and they can be seen by the electron microscope only. They can't be seen with the help of the simple microscope. They are considered as both living and non-living. They show the features of living as well as non-living organisms. They use the host machinery to prepare their proteins, growth and reproduction. Means they do not have their own machinery, they do not have their own DNA, but when they enter inside any living organism, that means the host, they start using the machinery of the host, and they start preparing their proteins, and they start growing and reproduction. They all are parasitic. Parasitic means they live on the body of the host. They show the bridge between the living and non-living, because when the virus are present inside our environment, then they are considered as non-living, but when they enter inside the living organisms, then they start behaving as the living organism. So they are considered as the bridge between the living and non-living. For example, HIV. HIV is the virus. The full form is H for human, I for immunodeficiency, and V for virus. This HIV, it causes the disease AIDS, like the hepatitis B and Ebola. These are the some examples of the viruses. So this is all about the classification of microorganisms.